Good morning. This is Prophet Rawanawabi. I'm glad to be here in your presence today. You might hear somebody in the background. They're teaching. But I want to get started on this lesson. I've been holding it off for a few minutes now. I've been waiting. But I'm finally going to just barge on out here and just try to teach this lesson. This lesson that I'm teaching is a controversial lesson. I've proven that already. And so, since it's so controversial, with content, spiritual content, I'm going to just launch on out here and just put it on out there. This is not a lesson that everybody can receive. It's not even made for everybody. It's just not. Everybody think that just because something is true, that it's for everybody. And that shows a lack of maturity on the person sharing the truth. But once you get mature in your truth, you understand. When you get mature in your walk with the Most High, you understand that. You should understand that truth is not for everybody. It's not for everybody in your family. It's not for everybody in your city. It's not for everybody in your state. It's not for everybody in your country. It's not for everybody in every part of the world. It's not for everybody. There are some people that some truth is designed for them to reject. And some people, let's be fair here. Some truth is not for people to receive at a certain time because they just not mature enough. But some truth is received, is time released. It's for a specific time in a person's life when they have made certain milestones, spiritual milestones. Let's see here. So the title of my lesson today is the spiritual Bible study versus the carnal Bible study. Okay. The spiritual Bible study versus the carnal Bible study. Now, this is a character study, if no other study is. This is definitely a character study. When I say character study, I mean it's a study that is tailored for you to develop the character of the Most High. This is not this is not a study about dragging somebody in the mud. Because if you look at my channel, I got probably 800 videos, and rarely, you probably got on one hand that there's a study where I actually drag people through the mud. But when you have people that's so sensitive, they don't even think about the 800 studies that you gave. They just think about the 5 studies that you drag people through the mud, and they say, well, that's what type of person you are. That's what type of prophet you are. But that's not, they can't even amass enough evidence on your channel to even prove that. They just be saying stuff. And the reason why they say stuff is because they're not mature. They just say stuff and make wild accusations. You got 800 studies where you teaching truth. You got 5 studies where you drag somebody through the mud, cut off some heads, and guess what they start doing? Because their mind is basically focused on you dragging on mud, and they have a hypersensibility to that. They said all you do is drag people through the mud. That's all you do. And people that come to your channel, that's all they do. They just come looking to see people drag through the mud. But if you go look at the actual YouTube channel, guess what? You got 800 videos. You got almost 1,000 videos where you just teaching truth. See, these people have a problem with the character of the Most High. They don't think the Most High should ever kill anybody. They don't think that Most High is even capable of killing anybody. All they think the Most High is capable of doing is just loving you. That's it. He can't hate you. All he can do is love you. Well, these people don't know God. They just don't know God. Because the scriptures make it very clear that the Most High loves and he hates. He kills and make alive. The Bible, he said, I do all these things. But these people are like, nah, he can't do all those things. So when they see those type of characteristics in his servants, when they see this type of characteristic in his people, guess what? They buck up. They buck up and they start saying, you're not being like God. Because the God that they serve, guess how he is? He's a little marshmallow. He's a little white man hanging on the cross with blonde hair and blue eyes. So they are right in a way. They are right that you are not serving God. You're not serving that weak, namsy-pamsy, sissified God that has been forced on them. They're right. Hey, they right, y'all. Y'all don't serve God because they believe God is a white man. That's a homosexual. That's a faggot. So they're right about you. And you know what? I could take that hit. I'll take that hit. You could accuse me of that all day long, of not worshiping a homosexual, of not worshiping a white man who's your oppressor. You could accuse me of that all day and all night. I will take that gladly. I will take that gladly. I won't even dispute that. I won't even fight against it. You see? So, what is the spiritual Bible study? What is the spiritual Bible study? What is the carnal Bible study? What is the distinction between the spiritual Bible study student and the carnal Bible study student? Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna drop some bombs here this morning, okay? There are things that some Hebrew Israelites will never understand that Christians have a thorough knowledge of. Oh boy, I know I'm getting people upset now. Hallelujah. See, let me tell you something. Yes, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Getting a little competition here. There are some things that some Hebrew Israelites will never understand that Christians do have a thorough understanding of. And I could speak from experience because I was a Christian. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? Just because you're a Hebrew Israelite, it don't mean that you understand basic things. It don't, y'all. It don't. It don't. Okay? So humble down a little bit, Hebrew Israelites. Just humble down a little bit. I know you know that I know that you know that you are a Hebrew Israelite. I get that. I get it, baby. I get it. But guess what? There are some basic things that, oh boy, I'm about to really go crazy now. There are some things, spiritual concept that even heathen know that a lot of Hebrew Israelites will never grasp, and they're going to be lost. Woo! Boy, I'm throwing bombs this morning. Good grief. Was you expecting me to drag people through the mud? Well, I'm not. I'm teaching about spiritual principles. There are things that Hebrew Israelites will never learn that are just basic fundamentals for some Christians. Not all, not all, not all, not all. Now, let me tell you something. When you're talking to Hebrew Israelites, especially from One West camps and branches of One West camps, I noticed that there's something that they can't never understand, and that is spiritual things. They really don't, y'all. When it come to, I'm being specific, when it come to One West camps and the branches of the break off of One West camps, they can't really understand spiritual things. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to drop some knowledge today. I'm not going to even be a long time because I got somewhere to go this morning. Okay? But I'm going to try to feed you this morning with a devotional thought, something that you can carry with you as you go through the day. Okay? That's what I'm here today. I'm not here to drag anybody through the mud. I'm not here to name call, name drop, or nothing like that, really. I'm just trying to really, my real motive is to give you the difference. What's the difference between a spiritual Bible study and a carnal Bible study? Now, some would say this. Well, if you study in the Bible, that's spiritual automatically. No, it's not. No, it's not. See? Some people think just because they open up the Bible, they're being spiritual. I want to tell you, I had a friend who said that when he was fornicating, he had a Bible right above his head. And right before he fornicated, he always touched the Bible. See, this is how Hebrew Israelites think, y'all. Now you about to break the law, but before you break it, you touch the Bible so you can have a really good time and God bless you. Hey! See, that's why you got Hebrew Israelites that could study the Bible and be dropping F-bombs, MF bombs. They could be dropping bombs. They could be using all kind of profanity, foul language, and they could be giving a Bible study. Matter of fact, you can even go to some people's channel, and they got a YouTube channel where they rap, and inside they rap about Yahweh, they are dropping the F-bomb, the MF bomb. These people are not spiritual, y'all. And let me show let me show you something here. Let's drop some scriptures here. Because see, you're talking about the Most High and you're using the most foul language, even by heathen standard, is foul language. It's the type of language you wouldn't even use in a courtroom. You wouldn't use it in front of Esau as the judge. Stop you lying, you liar. But you only use this with your people. I want to tell you something. When I'm talking, there's some Hebrew Israelites and there's some One West leaders and branches of One West leaders that I talk to on the phone. And guess what? Their mouth is so foul, I can't even put them on speakerphone in my house. These are the spiritual people, y'all. These are the spiritual people that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, your filthy mouth. Shut your mouth. talking about the statutes, laws, and commandments, and you dropping the F-bomb everywhere like a daisy cutter. Shut your filthy mouth. And let me tell you this too. It's some One West guys that I speak to, and branches of One West guys that I speak to on the phone. I'm older than them. I'm their senior. And guess what? They have no respect. None. None. They don't honor you because of your experience and at the least your age. They don't even honor you that for that. They don't even honor you for your spiritual knowledge. And when I say spiritual knowledge, I'm not just talking about your knowledge of a bunch of scriptures. They don't even honor you for that. See, I'm giving you examples of demonic characteristics among Hebrew Israelites and Christians, but in particular, Hebrew Israelites. Why? Because I'm a Hebrew Israelite. They are demons masquerading as Hebrew Israelites. Demons. You call them, they call you, and they're cussing on the phone, using profanity on the phone. But if they went to Esau's courtroom, they would give a lot of respect to that judge sitting up there. You know why? Because their religion is fear-based. The reason why they can honor Esau in a courtroom, because they know they'll get slapped with contempt of court and they butt will go to jail. They worship the Most High the same way, y'all. Oh boy, I'm dropping knowledge here. Good grief. I can't wait to listen to this later on. Oh, good grief. I can't wait to listen to this later on. Not because I taught it, it's just of the Most High. That's why I can't wait to listen to it. You got demon Hebrew Israelites. They go in front of Esau in front of the courtroom and they be on their best behavior, using the best language. But when they get in front of Hebrew Israelites, they dropping all kind of F-bombs and they rap songs and everything. They're not mindful that some people may like their music, but they can't listen to this music in front of their children. Is this making sense to anybody? If this is making sense to you, just put a 1. Just type a 1. If you're being fed this morning, just let me know. Type a 1 or give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. Or a thumbs down. Maybe you don't want to identify yourself. That's fine. Okay, I got one person that this is feeding. Good. Hey y'all. These Hebrew Israelites that speak this way, and y'all, it's not just about a way of speaking. It's about character. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. This is not just about merely using what is quote unquote called foul language. The reason why, let me drop knowledge on y'all this morning. The reason why people have foul language, because they have foul characters. So even if they didn't use any profanity, if they didn't use any expletives, their character is so foul and nasty, they might as well. Hello. Oh boy, I just dropped the bomb right there. If I had some sound effects for a nuclear explosion, I would press this button right here. I just shook the foundation of Satan. I just shook the foundation of Satan with saying something so simple. Didn't even use a scripture. The reason why people speak with such foul language is because they nasty. They got nasty characters. That's why they can use drop all these expletives. And let's say they wasn't even using profanity, quote unquote profanity and expletives. The people are rotten. You can't bring them around your children talking that way. You can't talk to them on the phone using a speakerphone because they nasty and messy as hell. They just nasty. You know how you have a person that don't wash their behind and they stink? Well, that's what these people are in character. They just some nasty little stinking people. You can't even talk to them on the speakerphone in your house because they're going to fill your house with filthiness. Man, the effluvium that's going to pop off of them is going to be so foul, you're going to have to put them just on the phone. Oh boy. Have you ever talked to somebody that was so nasty? They didn't use profanity, but they just had such a nasty character that you couldn't talk to them because it just irritates you. Have you? That's not a rhetorical question. I really want you to answer that. They just so nasty. It might have been a police officer. It might have been a Hebrew Israelite. It might be a Christian. It might be your mama or your daddy. They just so nasty. Oh, they smell good. Oh, they wear the finest perfume. Oh boy. They got on their Estee Lauder, they Sergio Valente, they got on their, oh, they smell good. But the smell of their character, you just like, you almost want to pinch your spiritual nose. It's like, oh God, you stink. Ooh, your character is so foul. They might use all the right words, but they stink to high heaven. That's what I'm talking about today, y'all. A spiritual Bible study versus a carnal Bible study. Now you said, well, brother, you ain't really saying nothing about Bible study. This is really more about, it's really less about Bible study, and it's really more about the person, the heart. Oh boy, I'm about to preach now. It's really about the heart of the person studying the Bible. That's really what this conversation today is about. It's really more about the state of the heart of the person studying the Bible. It's not about the methodology of how they study the Bible. Oh boy, I'm breaking it down now. Hallelujah. That's what this topic is really about right now. See, some people study the Bible. Oh boy, let's go to Philippians. Oh, let's get you an example here. Let's go to Philippians, I think 1:15, I believe. Let's see. See, there are some people, no matter how much they study the Bible, no matter how much they give tight breakdowns, guess what? Their character is still gonna be funky. Oh boy, I just dropped the bomb right there. No matter how much facts they learn about the Bible, Hebrew they learn about the Bible, they're going to have a funky character. See? But there's some people, when they study the Bible, they don't study the Bible just to learn facts, just to learn Hebrew, just to learn enough information to drown a person. No, they on a whole higher level. They study the Bible to see how to have a character that's like Yahweh Shai. Oh boy, I just blew up a whole town right there. Kaboom! Hey! See, this is the difference, y'all. This is the difference between a person. Oh, let's get into this. Philippians what? What did I say? Philippians 1:15 or something like that? 1:12, 1:15, somewhere up in there. Ah, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Because see, the devil is running rampant with the Bible right now. Satan is running rampant with the Bible right now. Satan is giving Bible studies. He's starting Hebrew Israelite camps. He's starting Christian churches, Catholic churches. The devil is running rampant with the Bible right now. And some people think just because they had a Bible, they spiritual. Some people think they just because they study the Bible, they're spiritual. You are a demon. You study the Bible, but you got the character of Satan. That means you are a demon. I don't care if you know more scriptures than anybody. I don't care if you memorize the Bible and every doctrine and breakdown of the Bible. You are a demon. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Because see, we got to expose Satan where we are. And if we are Hebrew Israelites, and if you're a Christian listening to this, you better understand this. Whatever level you at, you better understand these principles. Now, why am I having trouble finding Philippians? Okay, Philippians, because I'm talking too much. But anyway, Philippians, I think 1:15. Yeah. Look at this. Some indeed preach Yahushai of envy. Now listen to this now. Some people just preach and teach and start Hebrew Israelite camps just because they envious. Envious out of what? Out of pride, out of I never felt like I was nothing anyway. And now that I'm able to start a camp, I can get people to follow me. And now that brings up my self-esteem. So the envy could come from a lot of places. I'm breaking down some spiritual stuff here, y'all. This is some heavy spiritual stuff that you're not going to really hear a One West camp or an assembly or a break off of One West camp really teach on. They really don't teach from this place that I'm teaching from. And it's not because of me. They just not there. Listen to this. Some indeed preach Yahushai even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. It's a lot of reasons why people teach from the Bible. It's a lot of reasons why people study to show themselves approved. Some people study to show themselves approved, quote unquote, just because they can get more knowledge. Hey, y'all, that's not the supreme reason to study the Bible. The reason that you study the Bible is so you can have the character of the person who gave it. Oh boy, I just dropped a bomb right there. I just blowed up a whole country. The world is shaking. So look at this. Some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy, if Philippians 1:15. Some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. Let me tell you something. Some people just preach the Bible, y'all, as a hustle. That's it. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. Some people, it's a good way to make YouTube ad revenue. Come on. And I want to tell you something. Spiritual people, if they listen to you long enough, they'll be able to discern that. The foolish, they never able to discern that. They never able to understand that. And the reason why they can't understand that because they blinded by the fact that you are studying from the Bible. And that's enough to blind them. They can't discern your character because why? You got a Bible in front of you. So they're never able really to come to the knowledge about what type of character or personality is teaching the Bible, whether it's a demon or an angel. They can't discern that because why? The demon or angel has a Bible in front of them. They don't have those type of high level spiritual discernment capabilities. They don't. Don't even expect for them to have it. Don't even try to explain it to them, to some of them, because they'll never get it. They never gonna get that. What I just dropped right there. See, the things that you're hearing me talk about right now are spiritual concepts. I'm teaching you about spiritual concepts from the Bible that will develop your character and make it ripe, like ripe fruit that grows on a tree. Why do you think mega churches are so big, y'all? Why do you think they're so big? Because they're not teaching spiritual principles, y'all. Now, I don't mean that nobody in their congregation is learning spiritual principles, but they're not teaching it. I want to tell you what most people, with my experience, my spiritual walk has observed from a man of experience, 50 years old, what I have observed since I was 16. I've been studying the Bible since I was 16. Okay. And I could see the spiritual development that has taken place and maturity has taken place, the evolution, if you will, that has taken place in me studying the Bible. I don't study the Bible the same way I did when I was 16, y'all. Not from a methodological standpoint of view or a character standpoint of view. Why? Because I have a clearer I got a clearer understanding of the type of character that the Most High's had. Look at this. Philippians 1:15. Some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy and strife. And some people just preach just the debate. They just want to one up you on knowledge. That's it, y'all. If you're a spiritual person, you should be able to understand. Let me show you. How do you know when a person just is studying the Bible just to one up you? They could know more than you or less than you. How do you know that? I'm going to show you how. When you admit to them, you know what? You're right. When you're studying with people or talking with people or conversing or debating with people that are only studying just to one up you, when you tell them that you are right, you right, you right, I get it. You right, I understand. You even recite to them exactly what they said. And to prove to them that you understand what they're saying and they are in fact right, guess what they do? They will drone on about the same point for another half hour. They can't even discern that you are saying that you're right. You know why? Because when they started arguing with you or conversing with you or conversating with you, guess what? Their whole thing was about strife. They can't accept that you believe that they're right. So they just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. And they keep saying the same thing a different way to prove to you that they're right when you already admitted and conceded that they are right. And you're not conceding to their argument simply because you just want them to be quiet. You're conceding because it's right, but they can't discern that. They think that you're agreeing with them just because you want them to be quiet. When in fact, you are really conceding because you know what? That makes sense. You're right. But they can't accept that. And so what their job is to beat you into submission. They want you to be like, oh, you're right. They want to see tears come out your eyes. They want to see emotion. They want to see you. They want to see you overflood with emotion. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. They're like, oh, okay. When they see you in agony, then, only then, will they be quiet. Only then will they be quiet. And some of them, I want to tell you, they so bad in character that even if you in agony, they won't even stop. They will drone on another 20 minutes. You see? And I want to tell you another thing that this speaks to. Some people can't accept when you agree with them because they have no self-control. So I'm breaking down some scriptures today. And I ain't even reading a lot of scriptures. I'm just going through a few. So some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy and strife, and some of goodwill. Goodwill, it reminds me of Colossians 3:1-2. No, what's that? Is that Colossians? But anyway, I don't want to turn there right now because I'm talking so much I can't even find scriptures in the Bible because I'm focused on what I'm saying. But listen to this, y'all. Have self-control. When somebody agree with you and they understand your point, and they and especially when they go to the extent of they break down the point to let you know, just let it go. They get it. You don't have to. What you trying to do? Humiliate them? What you trying to get them to do is say that you're God because you was right on one point? Just calm down. They said you was right. They said it makes sense. They said you right and I was wrong. Pipe down. And even if they don't do those things, no matter how much you beat them, if it's not in their heart, they're never going to say those things. So just let them go. You need to display some self-control. Just let them go, y'all. And some people like to run to this scripture over in Ezekiel 3 and Ezekiel 33. Speak my word to them whether they will heal for bear. That don't mean drive them crazy. That means you say the message and you keep it moving, baby. You keep it moving, baby. You think by your repetitions, you're going to get them to kneel to the truth? If the truth is not in their heart, if the spirit of truth is not in their character, I don't care how many times you say it, they never gonna bow. And if they do bow, they're gonna lie just to shut you up. Boy, I'm teaching some stuff this morning. I'm teaching this morning. Good grief. I wish I had a teacher like this teaching me when I was growing up. Even now, I wish I had that. So in Ephesians chapter 1:15, boy, I'm stuck on this Ephesians 1:15. Let's go to 16. Let's try to get to 16. And one preach Yahweh Shai of contention. Some people just teach Yahweh Shai just to fight. That's the only reason why they teach the Bible. That's the only reason why they stand on the corner and cuss people out using the most vile language on the planet. They're only standing out there to create strife, y'all. Calling women the B word, dropping the H word on women. That's the only reason why they standing on the corner with their 12 tribes chart. Their erroneous 12 tribe chart. They just standing out there to cuss people out and get people upset with high blood pressure. They have no regard for truth. None. It's just to tick people off. You can look at the language that they take, the posture that they take, in their attitudes. And you could tell that the reason why they teaching, that's how you know that the One West camps were of the devil. They were of the devil pretty much. Because look what they taught all the other camps that still cling to them. They just perpetuating a demon characteristic. And don't think, y'all, that a demon will never drop facts. Don't get facts and truth confused. Please don't. Because that means that you are not experienced in the word of righteousness. Please. Facts and truth are two different things, y'all. I'm dropping knowledge this morning. Like, like, like the Allied forces over Normandy. Wow. Wow. So look at this. Philippians 1:16. The one preach Yahweh. Now look what it says. He's preaching Yahweh. Some people just get stuck there. Now, wait a minute. What's wrong with what he's doing? He's preaching from the Bible. The one preach Yahweh of contention, not sincerely. Oh. So you're preaching about Yahweh, but you're doing it insincere. Wow. So you can preach Yahweh in insincerity? That's what the Bible says. That's what I just read in Philippians 1:16. The one preach Yahweh of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds. They're preaching Yahweh just to get you locked up in jail with them, standing on the corner, cussing people out. And you standing out there because you're not spiritually mature enough to discern that. Guess what? You go to jail and think that, okay, well, we're being persecuted because we preaching Yahweh. No, y'all preaching Yahweh out of contention and strife. But you can't discern that. You can't detect that because you're not spiritual mature enough. You're not spiritually mature enough. You're being led by your leader, and he not spiritually mature enough. One preaches Christ, verse Philippians 1:16 again. One preach Yahweh Shai of contention and not sincerely. When the Bible says not sincerely, you're not preaching Yahweh Shai in the way that he would preach it. Oh boy, I'm teaching now. Good grief, this is good teaching. You're not preaching Yahweh Shai in sincerity of his character, methodology of his spirit. You're not. And that's what you have with a lot of Hebrew Israelites. That's what you have with a lot of Christians, Catholics. No matter what level you at. So you could be at a high level in knowledge, but guess what? In spirit, you at a low level. And I know what Hebrews are like, well, the law is spiritual. So as long as you're teaching the law, any element of the law, that means you're being spiritual. That's a lie. That's a lie. Long as you're teaching the law, you're being spiritual. You don't think Satan is teaching the law in insincerity? You don't think Satan is teaching the law as a means to cause people to get locked up in jail? You don't think he's doing that? Oh, okay. You don't think Satan is doing that? Why would he not do that? That's the bigger question. So Philippians 1:17. But the other, now it's a conjunction. But the other, guess what he preaches Yahweh Shai out of? It says love. Whoa. Knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. Y'all, there's very few people that you've ever heard in your life that are teaching Yahweh Shai or the quote unquote gospel, and they're teaching it because of love. Not even Christians who always talk about love, 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 love. They're not even preaching it in sincerity, even though they say the word love 1,000 times. Just because you say the word love don't mean that you're doing something in love. And that's the fault of Christians. Hebrew Israelites are a stark contrast of that. Hebrew Israelites, they don't even mention love. They actually promote hate more than they promote love. All you have to do is go to some of these YouTube channels. Any One West or branch of One West YouTube channel, and you're going to see that. Very few people that you've met in your life are teaching Yahweh Shai out of love. Very few. You probably could count on one hand. I don't care how many times they say love. And this is the advantage that Christians have over many, well, I would say all One West camps and branches thereof. Guess what? You're going to have a higher proportion of Christians who don't know they're Hebrew Israelites, be they black or white, and they have a greater and deeper concept of the love of the Most High than Hebrew Israelites who actually teach the law. Oh boy, I'm breaking this thing down where there's no escape. Woo! I'm making annihilation moves here in these. I'm casting down imaginations in every, oh boy. Colossians 3:1 and 2. Casting down imaginations in every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, and bringing in captivity every thought. Ooh, boy, I got to get out of here. I got an appointment to go to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. Let me drop this on you before I go. There are two steps that I like to bring out in spiritual. The two steps are this. The lower step is this step. It's a high step for 99% of the people that you know. But it is there's even a higher step to what I'm about to explain. The lower step is when you're studying the Bible to actually transform and polish your character. Where your character is so polished that it becomes just like Yahushua or real close to it. Now, there's a higher level to Bible study than this. The higher step is when you are not just studying the Bible just so you can reflect the character of Yahushua, but as a Israelite, you're studying it to in promotion of developing the character of the nation that is supposed to be the light of the world. Okay? Now I'm going to stop right here because there are a lot of facets to this and a lot of scriptures that I could bring out concerning this issue. But y'all, the guys that you really see for the most part are just Pharisees and Sadducees giving Bible studies. They don't love Yahushua. They hate Yahushua. They want to kill Yahushua's character. Let me tell you how they want to kill Yahushua's character. They want to kill Yahushua's character in his people, just like the Pharisees and Sadducees. The Pharisees and Sadducees put a lot of effort in hating, just like Hebrew Israelites do today. I'm trying to stop y'all and cut this thing off, but I really do have to go. But anyway, so the higher level to spiritual growth is not when you just are studying the Bible just so you can get your character together. The higher level is when you're trying to get your character together and the character of your nation together. That's the higher level of Jacob's ladder. And I would say it's the highest level of Jacob's ladder. Just like when the Pharisee came and asked, what is the greatest commandment? Yahushua said, to love the Lord your God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. That sums up these two levels that I'm bringing out to you. I hope this has been a blessing to you. If this has been a blessing to you, put a 1 on the screen. There's only one person watching right now. If this has been a special a blessing to you, put a 1 on the screen. That'll just let me know that it don't matter who you are. It'll just let me know that you're feeling this. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. This is Prophet Rawanawabi coming to you, prophesying to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans who are Israelites. And I'm going to say shalom. And you all have a blessed day. And really meditate on these things. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back with a part 2 to this teaching, this powerful teaching that the Ruach has given me. I'm going to come back with a part 2 of this. Matter of fact, I can't even wait to listen to this myself. All right, so you all take it easy and shalom. Oh, boy.